Good morning, students. I am Mrs. P. J. Selvi, Assistant Professor, PG and Research Department of Commerce, Arulmigu Palaniyandavar Arts College for Women. In this video, you will learn what is GST, types of GST, taxes subsumed under GST, and features of GST. Let me start with what is GST. G stands for goods. It means every kind of movable property other than money and securities. S stands for services. It means anything other than goods, money and securities, but includes activities relating to the use of money or its conversion for a consideration. T stands for tax. It is a contribution by the people to the government. Goods and services tax is a destination-based tax on consumption of goods and services. It is levied at all stages right from manufacturer to final consumption with credit of taxes paid at previous stages available as set-off. Next, we discuss about the types of GST. GST can be divided into 4 sections based on the kind of transaction it involves. First one, SGST. It stands for State Goods and Services Tax. It refers to the tax payable on the supply of goods and services within a state. Second one, CGST. It stands for Central Goods and Services Tax. It refers to the tax payable on the supply of goods and services within a state. Third one, IGST. It stands for Integrated Goods and Services Tax. It refers to the tax payable on interstate supply of goods and services. Fourth one, UTGST. It stands for Union Territory Goods and Services Tax. It refers to the tax payable on the supply of goods and services that takes place in any of the 5 Union Territory of India. Next, we discuss about taxes subsumed under GST. The taxes levied and collected by the central government were subsumed under GST, such as Central Excise Tax, excise duty levied for medicinal and toilet preparations, service tax, additional excise duty, additional customs duty, special additional customs duties, and central surcharges and cesses relating to goods and services. The taxes levied and collected by the state government were subsumed under GST, such as state VAT, entry tax and octroi duty, luxury tax, entertainment tax, taxes on advertisements, state surcharges and cesses relating to goods and services, purchase tax, tax on betting, lottery and gambling. Next, we see the features of GST. First, concept of supply. GST is applicable on supply of goods and services as against the concept of tax on the manufacture of goods or on sale of goods or on provision of services. Next, destination based principle. GST is based on the principle of destination based consumption taxation against the principle of origin based taxation. GST is a dual GST with the center and state simultaneously levying it on a common base. GST levied by center is called CGST and that of levied by state are called SGST. Next, integrated GST. It is levied on interstate supply of goods and services. Next, GST on imports. Import of goods would be treated as interstate supplies and it's subject to IGST in addition to applicable customs duties. Next, scope of GST. GST is applicable to all goods and services except alcohol for human consumption. GST on 5 specified petroleum products is applicable from a date to be recommended by GST Council. Tobacco and tobacco products are subject to GST in addition to central excise duty. Next, threshold exemption. Taxpayers with an annual turnover of 40 lakhs, 20 lakhs for special category states would be exempt from GST. Composition levy. Small taxpayers whose aggregate turnover in the financial year up to 1.5 crores shall be eligible for composition levy and pays tax as a percentage of his turnover during the year without the benefit of input tax credit. Next, input tax credit. It is available in respect of taxes paid on any supply of goods or services or both used or intended to be used in the course or furtherance of business. Next, zero rated supply. Government do not tax on exports of goods and services but allows credit for the tax paid on inputs. Next, HSN and SAC. HSN stands for Harmonized System of Nomenclature Code and SAC stands for Service Accounting Code. This mechanism was developed by World Customs Organization for the purpose of bringing uniformity in classifying goods and services. Next, e-filing. It is electronic filing of returns by different class of persons at different cut-off dates. Next, TDS and TCS mechanism. Tax deductions at source is applicable to government departments, local authorities and government agencies at 2% if total value exceeds 2.5 lakhs. Tax collection at source is applicable to e-commerce operators at 1% of net value of taxable supplies. Next, self-assessment. It means determination of tax liability under GST can be done by registered person himself and pays the tax to the government. Last one, modes of payment of tax. Various modes of payment of tax is available to the taxpayers including internet banking, debit card, credit card, NEFT and RTGS. These are all the features of GST. Thank you, students.